Hey people, greetings, how are you? You're wondering how we install the firmware on our controller, right? I get asked a lot, look how I install the firmware, how I do it so that it looks good, and I don't know what I want to put the firmware on this. Well, today in this video, you are going to learn how to do this perfectly, okay? Franklin Lopez from DMF Miner Repair Center. We are going to make a firmware for a 19-year-old controller. Here I have it for you. We are going to install it. It is not necessary to have the machine comply. No. If you have the controller to the controller alone, we will do it. Okay? Then stay and I will show you and explain to you step by step how we are going to do it. And it is nothing that I am going to give you the firmware so that you can also do it from now on. At your house, you have the tool in the video that I already made for you last week. Now, I'm going to give you the firmware and the method to install the firmware on the controller. Well, stay. What more do you want? What more do you want? Stay. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Come on, give me the firmware center. Come on. To it. Well, here we are in the upper chamber. This is the controller that we are going to be using. It is a 95 S19 controller from the house share, and you are going to learn how to install a firmware on this controller. Some believe that it is the complete machine, the hashboard, or that changing the firmware of the controller will fix the harbors, right? Here, the only thing we are going to do is install the firmware to the controller to optimize the performance of your machine. Okay, well, people, where we are on screen, let's see how we install the firmware. The first thing we have to do is go to the page, DMF Miner Repair Center. We open the page and we are going to come here to the resource center and we are going to look for our firmware. Here are all the firmware that we can use. We are going to use this download. We are going to click here. It is going to be downloaded here. I am not going to download it. I already have it. And a tab is going to open like this, a zip. We are going to decompress it and we are going to have a folder like this. Okay, now we come to our tool Hashcore Toolkit. Here we have it and we are going to scan the group to locate our machine. Okay, we are going to give it scan. Here we give it to DMF and here the machine appears. Okay, we are going to install. We give it here. We click on this little tab. We have to be aware that the controller that come on the installed machine, the firmware corresponds to this type of controller, okay? And we click here on the install firmware command. We take the directory, the folder that we just downloaded that we have here, we select it. Then we place the version and its name. Where is that? In the same folder we downloaded. Here it tells us the name. We are going to deploy a little MF, send the present and version B126 RC4 since I captured the version, for example. Here I copy, I take it there and paste it. This is the version K I paste, and the name, well, I also copy it from here. The name is valid and I paste it there. We paste and there we have it. Now we are going to choose our machine, and the one that removes that 19 of 88 of 126 and 19, we are going to use this one because it is the S19 of 95 teras. Towards the we are going to uninstall, we are going to say yes, and she is going to begin the installation process, okay? We see how the load is progressing, and here a green message should appear telling us that the firmware is already installed correctly. Well, here is the message. You have to rescan the group because the machine is going to restart, and here we have it again, and here we have the DMF Miner Repair Center interface. Okay, here we are going to be able to do a lot of things that I'm going to explain in the next video, but we will already have the firmware. With the firmware installed, your controller is set for optimized operation. This quick and straightforward process boosts your controller's capabilities like never before. Wasn't that simple? 5 minutes to install a firmware. Well, DMF Miner Repair Center, visit the page. There are all the firmware here. I leave you the video, subscribe, comment, like, share, you know, everything to do with this topic. And there is nothing left to say. Thank you very much for being here with us. Franklin Lopez, DMF Master Repair Center. God bless them. Bye.